this challenge we've set for ourselves at Autotechnica. Sometimes trying to explain things to you and sometimes making your life a bit more complicated, I'm going to introduce a new term, aeroacoustics, something that's related to aerodynamics. Audi in particular, in this case with the e-tron vehicle, has paid special attention to the phenomenon of aeroacoustics. They have put a lot of effort into developing this for this vehicle and for the future, since as the silence of electric motors, those powered electrically, becomes the norm, aeroacoustics is starting to become increasingly important. In general, the higher the quality of a vehicle, the quieter it is. And achieving that quietness is the result of a lot of different factors coming together. Let's start with the sources of noise. One of the main ones, who is it? The engine. An internal combustion engine is already noisy by itself. Mechanically noisy and thermodynamically noisy, because silencing an exhaust is no joke, especially when it comes to engines with regular displacement and regular power. It has to be silenced, okay? When we move from internal combustion engines, which are naturally noisy, to electric motors that are indeed very quiet, another problem comes up. The noises we never paid attention to before suddenly start to sound much louder with an electric motor. An electric vehicle usually has a much lower noise level than an internal combustion engine. But let's set that aside. Electrically, in a vehicle, for example, the batteries are usually placed in the floor, in vehicles that are fully electric, like the one we're seeing on the screen. This helps to have a flat floor, and a flat floor leads to much better aerodynamics underneath the vehicle, which does two things. First, it affects the sound, the noise that can be generated, and second, the handling of the vehicle, because it creates a downforce effect that keeps the vehicle more firmly attached to the road. The windows used in this vehicle we're seeing on the screen are noise filtering windows, believe it or not. These are specially tuned windows, so to speak, that allow certain types of frequencies to pass through, while blocking others. How is the air channeled in these vehicles? It's channeled in a much simpler way than in a vehicle with an internal combustion engine, where you have to cool the engine, cool the exhaust, and of course, use radiators, heat sinks, and so on. An electric motor generates much less heat. The amount of air needed to cool down whatever might be heating up is much lower. Consequently, the electric vehicle is better in every way, more favorable for channeling air, and it can do so more quietly. However, this new generation of electric vehicles is working very hard so that, in addition to the benefits of reduced pollution, smooth driving, and so on, the noise level is significantly lower. Don't you agree that when you get into a vehicle and can talk without having to shout at the person next to you, it feels much more comfortable? I think so.
Subscribe to our channel, AutoTechTV. Technology, clear and simple.